Hello, Adam. We're here today to continue the series on squeezes. This, of course, follows the introductory video on how squeezes actually work. And today we're going to practice with the first of our hands. We're going to be going over the 5-point plan. You'll remember it from the theory. You have to look for key cards. You have to decide where they are and what sort of squeezes are possible. You need to correct the count because simple squeezes only work when you have all the winners except one. Then you need to make a plan to put everything into effect. And finally, decide what card you're watching out for as the squeeze takes place. Because, of course, you're not interested in every card. You are just interested in whether you can cash your single threat winner. If not, you're going to turn to your second suit. So this is your first hand, and I'm not really interested in the bidding, so you're going to be playing it. Could I ask you to start by bidding 7 hearts, because that's the contract you're going to be playing here. Okay, so I'm going to be playing the other hand, so there, and I shall lead against this contract. It's traditional to have a Grand Slam when you start, because there's a lot less work to be doing. You get straight to the squeeze. As you know, there's a zero phase as well in preparation of bridge hands. All the usual stuff that you go through whenever a dummy hits the deck. So we have to go and do that first. I call it due diligence, your examination of the contract. Can you examine this contract and tell me what you can see?
Well, I can see 5 heart tricks. The top spade is 6. 2 diamonds is 8, and 3 clubs is 11. So at the moment, I'm 2 tricks short of this 13 that I'm supposed to make.
Okay, can you see any way? You're supposed to examine now each suit in turn to see if they produce extra tricks.
Okay, well,
so
the heart trick is capable of producing, the heart suit is capable of producing an extra trick with a ruff of a diamond.
By roughing the diamond ring.
So that will bring me up to 12.
Okay.
The club suit could produce an extra trick if they break 3-3.
Okay, so at a third of the time.
About a third of the time, 36%. And the spade suit has a possibility of making a trick with the jack of spades. I can be almost sure that the queen of spades is with West, who's led the king. Not 100%, but fairly sure. And so that jack...
Okay, so the words for the jack? What do you call the jack when there's
I'd call that a threat card.
Yes, a threat is, of course, a card that can only be beaten by one of the opponents. So that's definitely the jack of spades. And definitely the opponent who can beat it is going to be West, because nobody leaves the king of spades against a Grand Slam unless they have the queen of spades backing it up. So the jack of spades is a threat. Any other threats?
Well, the other possible threat is in the club suit. So the club suit, as I said before, could break 3-3, but if it doesn't break 3-3, then my 7 of clubs or 6 of clubs, either of those cards, is a possible threat against an opponent who holds 4 clubs. If I can get to a position where they can't hold on to 4 clubs and the queen of spades.
Okay, well, we have a classic setup here because the jack of spades is what I call a single threat. It's all on its own sum. And the 4th club is what I call an entry threat because you have a winning card which enables you to cross in that suit and cash it. And that means that this is an example, if it is a squeeze, of an automatic squeeze. It will work actually against either player, although, to be honest, it's only going to work against West. West would have to have the 4th club and West would have to have the queen of spades for this squeeze to work. But what about the count? That's number 3 on our list.
So number 3, the count...
You have to have all...
Sorry.
Go for it.
Well, I was going to say, the count, I have to have all the winners except 1. And as I'm supposed to be making 13 tricks on this hand, and I've counted 12, I do have all the winners except 1.
Okay, then you need to make a plan, and in the plan, which hand do you end up with for these automatic squeezes?
So I'm going to need to end up in the hand that has the Jack of Spades, and that will enable me, if the Queen of Spades doesn't appear, it will enable me to cross to my to double threat in the club suit.
Okay, that's lovely. Well, let's execute our plan then.
So clearly, in a Grand Slam, I can't afford to lose a trick. So I can't give this one up. So I'm going to win it. And then I'm going to take out trumps. And bearing in mind that I'm going to play the diamond suit afterwards and ruff a diamond, I'll then be crossing back to dummy with the king of clubs at some stage. So I shall play the ace of hearts, see what happens in the heart suit. And now I'm going to play the king of diamonds. Diamond back to the ace. And ruff a diamond.
Okay, so far you produced your extra trick. Now you're down to 12 winners.
Yes, so I've got 6, and I've got another 3 in clubs is 9, and another 3 in hearts is 12. So I think that I'm now going to play my hearts off. But maybe I should...
Yes.
Yes?
No, it's better always to try and leave your entry suit alone. The more cards you have in it, the more sometimes it's useful to have them. It never gains to play them off. So if you have to play them off, okay, then you have to play them. But otherwise, if you can, as here, just cross in hearts, it never loses to actually do that.
Okay, so I'll play the hearts, watching what the discards are.
No, you're not watching what discards are. You're watching for a specific
I'm watching
card.
for the Queen of Spades.
Yeah, you watch for the card that can beat the single winner. If it doesn't show up, you're going to try the club suit, regardless. So you don't care whether the club suit is good or not. You just know the spade isn't. So you.
So now I play the last heart.
Okay, and this is your magic moment, of course, because this is where the squeeze will actually take place. So you'd probably like to take a look at it at this stage.
Well, I was going to say before you show them, so the point now is that if West is holding 4 clubs and the Queen of Spades, then he's going to have to release one of those cards, and he's not going to let go of the Queen of Spades.
Well, I have to tell you, I have. Can you see them, most cards now?
I can see them all, and that's exactly what he's got.
He probably won't throw. He probably will on guard the clubs. But I have to tell you, if I playing against sleepy-looking declarers, I've tried things like throwing the Queen of Spades, and sometimes it works because they're not paying attention. And you do have to look out for the card that beats the single winner. Okay. Anyway, he's kept the Queen of Spades.
So now I know that the Jack of Spades is not going to work for me. However, he has had to bring himself down to 3 clubs. And so if I play the king, and of course I can see all the hands, which I wouldn't be able to do at the table. I can see that the clubs were not breaking 3-3. So the squeeze was necessary, and now when I play the Queen of Clubs, he is forced to throw his last club, and my 7 of clubs is the 13th trick.
Indeed. Well done. And there's the full hand, and you can see that the squeeze was necessary, as you said. The clubs were not breaking, our 1/3 chance didn't come through, but the squeeze did. Okay, well, if you've enjoyed this video, this is the first in what is hopefully going to be an extended series, so there's a link which will take you to the second one. Come and join us again. Thank you, Adam, for being here for this one.
And as Alan said, if you want to see the next lesson in this series, there will be another video called Cedar's Simple Squeezes Hand 2. It will be on my YouTube channel, or you can search for it in Google or on YouTube. And Cedar, of course, is Alan's name on BBO. Thanks very much for watching.